Greetings, everybody. This is Instructor E, and today is just considered an overview. We're going to talk a little bit about operating systems. We're going to dive into it as we go through this semester. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, why do I need to know about all the different types of operating systems? Well, the thing about it is, when you get hired for a company, you don't know what they're running. They may be running Mac, they may be running Linux, they may be running Windows, it may be running all three. And you never know. And you never know what version of the operating system they're running. Um, some companies will run some critical systems on what we call legacy devices like Windows XP or Windows 2000 because there's not upgrades that are available for that particular software. Um, you may have to do if you're doing any digital forensics, you never know what devices you're going to be performing examinations on. So you got to be able to have at least a basic understanding of almost every operating system in order to be able to just function. I'm not saying you have to be an expert, um, but you're definitely going to have some type of idea what you're doing. So a lot of our video exercises are going to be based um, using VirtualBox. Now, VirtualBox is a virtual platform for virtualizing various operating systems, and they really function. They're really computers. Um, my host is a Windows 11 machine. You may not have the host is the basic that's it's the operating system that's hosting your virtual machines. So and they spin up like any other. Like I actually have a copy of Windows 98 for my people that know anything about that. I'll start that. I have a Windows XP that's right here. But the three basic operating systems that you see are Linux, Mac OS, and of course Windows. Um, and in another video, I'll show you how to install all this. And the good thing is, all of this that you're seeing is free. It doesn't cost anything. And I'll show you how to do that, and we'll get into that. In fact, this is what Windows XP right here. That's running, and Windows 98 is starting. So, and like I said, all of these are functioning. I have a lot open, as you can see. Um, but your system may not be able to support that. And we'll talk about resources and what they mean. But basically, I just wanted to show you that you can have these various different ones to practice on. And the best part about all of this is that you could take what's called a snapshot, which I'll show in another video. And let's say you're playing around and you mess something up and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, you can actually revert that VM back to a previous state, which was that snapshot before it was messed up. So you can just go wild and have a lot of fun. And yes, like I said, this Windows 98, it actually functions. I can go in here and go into the programs and go into Word and type on Word, and I can save and everything else. How many of y'all remember the little paperclip guy over here? But that's the thing about it is that you can run all these. I even have Windows 10, a copy of Windows 10 for free on here that fully functions. Windows doesn't want you to know that, but Windows 10 will actually function without a key. There are some limitations though. But the biggest thing that you may want to get into is running Linux. Because I'm telling you, if you're going to be in IT, my IT majors, you're going to have to know something about Linux. And people are so scared of Linux. So there are a bunch of different distros uh, of Linux. And again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But um, if you're just starting, the biggest one I would say is Ubuntu Cinnamon, which is this one right here. And people are get pretty comfortable with Cinnamon, and that's mainly because Cinnamon, the Cinnamon is refers to a platform, the desktop experience. And if you notice, this is actually laid out like Windows. You have your little start menu over here. games, graphics, things that you're used to. I mean, you can easily get your way around in here, right? This doesn't look so scary, doesn't look so different. Um, Command line is another lesson. Now, if you, the thing about Linux that makes it so great is that you can change the experience. Now, I have two different VMs installed on here, um, but you can actually change your desktop experience and make a lot of personalization um, to Linux. That's the great thing about it. Now, this one is actually the same operating system, Ubuntu, but this is the GNOME desktop experience, is what this is. And now let me resize that. See, I told you these are great, right? I can adjust the guest display if it'll work, right? I guess it's not, but that's another problem. But it's okay. But that's what I do love about these. I think I have guest editions on here. I do. But like I said, we'll dive into it a little later. But it could be a little bit more daunting. I mean, you could change your taskbar and put it where you want to. But this is kind of the basic Linux layout. Now, if you don't have a lot of computing power, there is another form of Ubuntu. This is a lighter version. It's called Lubuntu. We can install that. It's very light, very light. Doesn't use a lot of RAM, doesn't use a lot of hard drive space. Um, a lot of people prefer this actually. And you can, again, it has a very, very easy setup. LibreOffice is also available on Windows. Actually, I'll show you how to install that at some point. It's a free software. And that's the thing about it. I believe in a lot of freeware. Um, and all these programs and stuff that I'm using are actually free. But yeah, you're gonna have to get used to working off working off some of this, especially Kali. Kali's gonna play a big role in your IT lives, especially if you're doing cybersecurity or any type of networking, because there's a lot of networking tools. But this is intermediate to advanced. I wouldn't suggest for anybody just to jump into it. Let me make that back bigger. But the thing about it is, this is a little bit different version. I can show you how to install this. This is Kali Purple. Again, I'm trying to keep this video a little shorter, so I'm not going to go into a whole explanation on this video. But basically, the thing about it is, you can see there's certain tools here. These are different categories for the tools. If you're on the blue team, which defense, you have identify, protect, detecting, responding, and recovery. And all these are different tools associated with being able to accomplish these tasks. If you're attacking, these are attacking tools down here. Now, I will be honest, this distribution that you're seeing, if you notice, I have a couple of different distros of Kali. Let me see. Let's bring up VirtualBox right there. If you notice, there's a blue team is usually your defense team, red team is your attacking team, and then I said purple, which is true. When you put red and blue together, that makes the color purple, and that's the point of the purple. It's because I downloaded attacking and defending um tools in both of these. So that's why. But you see some forensic tools in here. You have autopsy, Binwalk, which is great. I use a lot of these on my job, um, especially imaging tools. So, and like I said, I'm gonna keep this video short, and that'll be it for now. Um, and I look forward to working with you all and teaching you all as we progress forward in this class. Again, I will make these videos separate, they're not required, but I advise you to take advantage while you can now, because I can help you out. I can help you get established in how to do some of this stuff. Well, you all take care and see you in the classroom. Bye.